Hello, happy Monday morning, year 4. This is Mrs. Keeley with your maths lesson. Can I read, write and compare fractions is our today's learning point. So what is a fraction? So when an object like my pizza here is divided into a number of equal parts, so you can see 8 equal parts on this pizza, then each part is called a fraction. I'm going to show you a video now that I found on BBC Bite Size to tell you a little bit more.
Katie, can you explain what math skills our audience will be using?
Well, if the piece of fruit is divided into equal pieces, then we can use fractions to work out how much each team has.
Okay.
So fractions are equal parts of a whole thing. So in this case, the whole thing is this one big piece of watermelon.
Yes.
And if we divide this into equal pieces, each one of them will be a fraction of this watermelon. Okay. So, for example, if we split this into 2 equal pieces...
Shall I do that? Okay, let's move these 2 over here. Right.
Okay, so now there are 2 pieces of watermelon, and each of them is 1 out of 2 pieces. So we can write that as 1 over 2, or a half.
Now that is quite a big piece for one person, isn't it?
That is quite a big piece for one person. So maybe let's split it again. So if we split each of those pieces in half as well.
Yeah, it's stuck on very well. There we
So
go.
now we've got more pieces, but they're each smaller. So in total we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of watermelon. So each of them is a quarter, or 1 over 4.
Now you always see a fraction written like that, one number over the other. Why is that?
Okay, well the number on top is called the numerator, and the number on the bottom is called the denominator. And the denominator tells you how many pieces you've split something into. So in this case, 4. And our fractions have got 4 underneath.
Yeah.
And the numerator on top tells you how many pieces you've got. So if you just have one piece, that's 1 quarter, 1 over 4. Or if you had, say, 2 pieces of watermelon, that's 2 over 4.
Now isn't that the same as a half?
It is. That is the same as a half. So if you look at 2 pieces of watermelon, that is half the watermelon.
Yeah.
And in fact, a half and 2 quarters are the same thing. It's just a simpler way of writing it. They're called equivalent fractions.
Right, so as you saw just being explained there, we label the 2 different parts of our fraction. The top part is called the numerator and the bottom part is called the denominator. So the denominator says how many equal parts are in the whole. So you can see on this shape here, this circle, there are 2 equal parts. It's divided into 2, so the denominator is 2. Now, how many parts are there in this shape? What is the denominator? What fraction? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's right. The denominator is 4. So, could you now find the denominators of these fractions? So, for the first one, how many pieces are there altogether? What is it divided into? That's right, 4. For the triangle, how many pieces is it divided into? That's right, 3. For the square on the bottom, 2. And for the rectangle, it is divided into, that's right, 4 pieces. Fantastic. Now the numerator says how many parts in the fraction. So how many parts are shaded in? So you can see here that 1 part is shaded. So we could say that 1 out of the 2 parts are coloured in. So it's a half. What about this one? How many parts are shaded in from this shape that is divided into 4, where the denominator is 4? That's right. There are 3 parts shaded in. So this is a fraction that shows 3 quarters. Now, what about these? Could you find the numerators? So how many parts are shaded in? What about for the first one at the top on the left, the square? That's right, 3 quarters. Now, what about the one next door to it? That's right, 2 out of 3 parts, 2/3. What about the ones on the bottom? That's right, 1/8. 1 out of the 8 parts is shaded. And finally, that's right, 5 out of 8 parts are shaded. Right, can you now have a go at finding the fraction of these shapes? Hopefully you are doing that now before they are revealed. Okay, I'm going to reveal them now. Check your work. 4/6 are shaded. 1/4, 1 out of 4 is shaded. 2/3 are shaded, 2 out of the 3 parts, and 6/9 are shaded. Did you get those right? I hope so. Right, so now that we can read and write fractions, can we compare them to a bigger fraction? Can we find the biggest fraction out of 2? Right, so you remember our greater than and our less than signs. We had a little go at this when we were doing our mind map. Do you remember last Monday? So which is, we've got these diagrams, these pictures here that makes it really nice and simple for us. Which is the bigger fraction? Which is the crocodile going to eat? That's right, 3/4 is bigger than 1/4. That's right, 2/3, beg your pardon, is bigger than 1/3. Always going to eat the bigger fraction. That's right, 3/5 is bigger than 2/5. Which is the bigger one? That's right, 4/5. You can either just be doing this without writing it down, or you could be jotting them down as you go. Which is the bigger fraction? You spotted it. 5/6, bigger than 1/6. 4/7, bigger than 3/7. 5/8 are bigger than 3/8. You've got it. 6/7 are going to be bigger than 5/7. Yeah, 7/8 bigger than 1/8. 3/10, that's the bigger fraction than the 1/10. 9/10 are going to be bigger than 7/10. Okay. 4/11 are going to be bigger than 2/11. And finally, 5/12 are going to be bigger than 1/12. Right, so now you can pause wherever you like on these. You will find all of these sheets in your pack, okay? So you will find a green or an orange or a red, and it's up to you which one you want to do. Okay, they are all there. I'm not going to go through them because this is just what we have done already in this lesson. And don't sneak a peek until you've finished, but the answers are there. Okay, so good luck Year 4. Remember, if you're stuck at all or if you're not sure, you can come to the 11:30 Zoom drop-in session and I will be there to help you. Attached to this video in the description, I have added a couple of different links where there are some fraction games that you could be doing the similar sort of thing, or if you want more of a challenge, you could definitely be watching the Year 5, or if you wanted even more of a challenge, one of the Year 6 videos. Okay, good luck Year 4. Okay, Year 4, and if you are looking for a super challenge, here are 3 super challenges, and there is a sheet to go with this also in your pack. Good luck.